The first time I grabbed the mic, like in front of actual people that mattered, you know what I'm saying? Like at a club, I got booed. I remember that. It was very traumatic for me. And I think I went home like, man, I quit. I gotta get up, gotta do it again.
You know, I call it stacking ammo, you know, and I'll stack my ammo until I get enough, and then I'll go write something. Every time there's a new issue or something that comes up that needs to be addressed, that's how I explain it through my music and express myself through my music. I was reserved and I was shy and had it in me, but wasn't quite sure how to bring it out yet. I wanted people to hear me so bad.
Yo, what's good, people? Sean here, rapper turned author / entrepreneur. Check me out for entertainment and industry advice. Welcome to Cole's Corner.
Right here we have Eminem talking about how he got booed on his first big performance and quit. The reason why I've chose this is because I want people to understand, first and foremost, even the greats have had difficulties and had failures. A lot of things that I'll always talk about when I'm talking about the advice that I give you in the videos that I'll go through, and you know, try and explain how it is in these kind of industries where you're trying to do anything big, like start up a business, actor, music, author, whatever. You're going to go through failures, and if you don't, you're very fortunate, or you've not really had a long career. You've probably been a one-hit wonder, you know, something along those lines. You know, even the best people have had failures in different ways. Eminem got booed. Eminem, one of the greatest rappers of all time, got booed on his first performance, and he actually said, I quit. Now, he didn't end up quitting for good, which obviously we're grateful for because of the career and music that he actually did produce afterwards. But the point being is, he went through that and he felt like that. And this is what I want to say to you guys. You're gonna have moments where you're going to want to quit, and you are going to have moments where you are going to fail. It is going to happen. It is inevitable. It's about what you take from the failures that is going to build you up and what is going to make you. If you do quit and you officially quit, if you actually say, oh, I've had enough of this, I quit, then okay, cool, but you've quit. You're out the game now. You're not gonna make a success of yourself. Whatever you were trying to do is over, right? When I went through what I went through with music, when the company I was working with collapsed, and you know, I turned to writing the book a little while later, I've never said to myself, I will never rap again, I will never make music again. I've never said that. I've never said I've quit music. I've not made music in a little while, but I've definitely not quit it. I'm not saying I will never make a song again. You know, that door is always open for me if I choose to go back through it. Right now, my book is what is being very successful, so that is what I'm currently focusing on. But I will not turn my back on music and just say I'm never going to do it. But look, I went through many failures down my road of music, and if I hadn't have gone through those failures of music, I wouldn't be able to have wrote the book that I wrote. So it might sound like a bit of a weird transcendence, because you know, it's like going from one thing to a completely different other field. But the point being is, sometimes you going on one journey, you might end up in a different place. There is a lot of people who can say, hey, you know, when I first started out, I wanted to be a rapper, but you know, in the end I become a music manager because, you know, rapping never really worked out. But then I learned so much information from the music industry. I've become a manager, you know. a lot of people have said to me, like, you know, a lot of information and knowledge about the music industry, why don't you go down that field? For me personally, that just wasn't the route I wanted to take. You know, I wanted to be a rapper, and that was that. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say they feel exactly the same way, and I do understand that. I don't want to act like I'm being dismissive of that. I get it. If that's where your heart is, I understand. But you've just got to understand that even if, for example, okay, let me put it to you like this, right? Let's say you become a manager and you get an artist who's very well known, who's, you know, he's doing really well, and you decide to manage them, yeah? You might get the artist then who supports you, who you support, you make a huge success for them, and then might say, hey, come jump on a track with me. If you're a good rapper, just come jump on a track with me and I'll help you now, and I'll push you. I already have the name now. So they could then help you make songs, get features and things like that, and then you could end up going back into being a rapper again. This is the point that I'm making. I'm not saying that you have to literally just become this one other thing and that's it. I'm saying, hey, try other things. Don't just be closed-minded to one thing, because, you know, I think for me, I probably lost a lot of time just doing that, just focusing on the one thing. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't always focus on one thing, but if it's not going well for you, you then have to sit back and evaluate. You know, you have to sit back and think, okay, is there something else I could be doing? Is there something else that I'm better at? Or is there something else that I could do that could open this door for me? You know, if you're doing music and music's not working, is there another field that you're better at that you could use for now to help build up your audience or whatever, and then use that to utilize into music? Do you see what I mean? So you've got to definitely be willing to try things and to fail. Failing is not a bad thing. Failing is learning. It might feel bad because obviously you do stuff and you want to succeed, but you learn things from each failure. And as long as you can learn something from each failure and take something from it, it's not going to be a bad thing at all. It's going to be something you can work on and something you can build on, and that's what you want to do. You want to learn from these things, and all these learning curves that you're now building is what's making your path to success clear, because you know when you try the next path and route you take, okay, I'm not going to do that because last time this is what happened and I failed. Okay, so I'm not going to copy that this time. This time I'm going to avoid that road. I'm going to go and do this. Okay, no, that failed, so I know I can't do that next time. Okay, so let me try this. And that's what it is. It's just trial and error, and that's what happens for a lot of people. They just keep trying and trying and trying until they find the route that works, or because they tried every avenue until it was only possible that success was left for them. You know, but that's what you've got to be willing to do. You've got to be willing to try these things, and you've got to be willing to fail. If you're not willing to fail and you're scared to take that step because you're scared of failure, you're not going to get nowhere. If you think you're going to get into this industry and just take off, it can happen, but it's once in a blue moon kind of stuff. It's, you know, it's anomalies. You know, it's not something that's a common thing. People who you know, make one song and go viral are just lucky, and to be honest with you, they might not last. It's probable that they won't last because they've got no experience. They've not built up the craft. They don't really know what they're doing. They've just got lucky. You know, as I said before, it's a lottery pick. It's just a lottery pick. It's just luck of the draw. So for people who build up their craft and work on what they're doing, they're much likely to achieve success, you know, and that's what you want. So my advice to you guys is keep trying things, be prepared to fail and learn from those. Every failure is a learning curve. It's what you're going to learn to do to not do next time. Don't worry about failing. Go out there and do it. The greatest of the greats have failed and they've learned from it and they've become better for it. Go out and fail. Don't worry about failing. It's not a bad thing. It's something that you have to take on board. Okay?
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you enjoyed it and found something informative in this. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and feel free to share with other people. And don't forget you can catch me on the socials as you can see above. Peace.